Let's get started. Whichever way you decide to go, sweet or scary, every doll needs doll hair. So we started off by using these curlers from Remington, and next, with all the makeup you'll be wearing, you'll definitely want to prime your skin. All products will be listed down in the description bar. This is Pure White Chromaline by MAC, and we're just going to use this as a base around the eyes. It's really going to let all the colors that we're going to use pop and help them last longer too. Next, this is just a regular old glue stick stolen out of my son's art kit, and I'm just going to put this across my brows. A tip if you have thicker brows like I do, I really should have done 2 coats. Let the first one dry, powder, and then do a second coat. The colors we've decided to work with are light blues and pinks, so the first color we've selected is this creamy color from the Illamasqua palette, and I'm just going to pat this all over the mobile lid. Now that we have our base, we're going to go ahead and grab a hot pink blush from MAC. Taking an eyeshadow brush, we're going to run that through the socket, and any mistakes that you make, just go right back over with your light blue and cover them up. So keep running that through to get some definition, and then take a nice lighter pink eyeshadow and just blending this up and out to get that nice gradient effect. Now to really cut that crease sharply, I'm taking this hot pink pigment on an angled brush and running it right along the lower edge, giving us a nice, sharp, and crisp line. Go right back in with your blush and blend that out so it's nice and soft, moving up towards the top. Now we need to do the bottom of our eye. Doll eyes are big, so we're going to draw them way below our lower lash line. Do this very lightly at first. That way, if you don't like what you've done, you can go in and erase it. When you like your line, just go back in a second time and darken it. This entire look is really about gently sketching and then building color. So just go back in and deepen it when you're ready. Then take a white eyeshadow and whiten the whites of your eyes. That'll really help set everything as well. Take that white eyeshadow and go right over your brows as well, setting that too. Then take a light blue eyeshadow and go over that light blue cream that you put on your eyes, and that'll set that in place too, so it doesn't move all night. Now we're going back into your pink blush and intensify under your eyes. Just do an angled brush and just start with a little bit, and we'll go back and make this a little bit bigger later. Now we're going to go in and really make a nice thick cat eye with that dark pigment. Yeehaw! Just keep intensifying this until it's where you want it. Then it's time to line your eyes. This is a nice liquid liner, and really take your time with this, short strokes, and gently bring it out, and then very delicately go under and draw in where you want your pretend eye shape to be. So you're just drawing on a much bigger eye than what you have, looking something like that. Go ahead and do your other eye too. Just really take your time with this. Since this is liquid liner, it's not the easiest thing to go back in and erase. So just little tiny strokes, you'll get there. And then thicken it when you like what you've got going on. And at this point, it should look something like that. Now we're going to go back in with the pink and really shade underneath your eyes, making them look even bigger than they already do. Time to curl your lashes. Throw on some mascara, and now it's time for upside down glue to go ahead and put on some false lashes. These were just from the pharmacy, and I thought they worked great. Now the lower lashes, I don't suggest doing this. I forgot to get some, and I was doing them individually, which will take you half the night. So remember to buy a strip for your lower lashes too. Once you've given the glue a moment to dry, you're going to want to go ahead with your liquid liner and just cover the seams and cover any glue spots that might be hanging around. And there's your doll eyes. Scary. Every doll needs perfect skin, so if there was ever a time to go over the top with foundation, it is now. Go ahead and put a thick layer on, blend it out with your brush, and try and get it as perfect as possible. You are porcelain after all. Do an extra coat wherever you might need it, conceal away, and then go ahead and powder. You can go ahead and look as cakey as you want because you are a doll and this is not real skin. It doesn't need to look like real skin. So be pale, be porcelain, be perfect. With the girliest blush you can possibly find, run it right onto the apples of your cheeks, making them as round and doll-like as you possibly can. Then take a spoolie wand and a brow pencil or gel, whatever you have, and draw on thin, high, rounded arched doll brows. Kind of like that. Very dolly, yes. You're looking good now, aren't you? Every doll needs a cute little button nose, and if you're Ukrainian and Polish like me, you definitely weren't born with such a thing. So take an eyeshadow and a soft brush and draw one in. Contour the sides of your nose so it looks thin and straight. Then go underneath your nose with the powder and lift it up a little bit. And we're trying to create that little button nose at the end. Getting there. Just keep blending and pulling down until it starts to look a little bit more dolly. Now make the button on the end of your nose by just basically trying to make a little ball at the end of your nose. Draw a semicircle at the top and then highlight it with your white gel eyeliner. There you go. And right down the center of your nose. Now you have a thin little doll nose. Amazing. I wonder how much that would cost under the knife. With a pretty pink lip liner, draw in your little doll lips. Try to make them taller rather than wider, and fix any mistakes with a concealer. You are perfect after all. Fill them in with your lip liner and give yourself just a little bit of gloss. Next, give yourself the little round, shiny spot on your doll lip. There it is. Oh yes, very dolly. Time for an outfit, jewelry, and little plasticky hair extensions, which to me looks like something a little girl would do. Our poor shiny spot rubbed off, so we're going back in with a white gel liner. May we suggest you do that the first time. Now it's time to take some doll pictures. There's your face, your big eyes, your big eyes, your big blinky eyes. Dolls are breakable though, so do be careful. Oh no. If it's creepy you'll want, there's just a few more things you'll need. Start sketching in random cracks and breaks with a light white eyeliner, or you can use a gray as we've done here. Sketch in any cracked areas across the face and any areas that you'd like to be truly broken. Grab some matte eyeshadows, yes, to sketch in the sadness, and start with a light gray, which will help you start to shade in some of the areas of the cracks and breaks. We switched brushes 3 times here, so do yourself a favor and start off with a nice thin brush that will help you really get into the detail. With your white eyeliner, which you love, go ahead and start sketching in the highlighted areas that would naturally appear on breaks. So sort of opposite where you've put the shadows on the lines. Then go in, once you've decided that you've got them where you want them, and really darken in those lines with your black liquid liner. Use tiny thin strokes at the ends and try to make them look like cracks naturally would, thick at the beginning and thin at the ends. This is also a great time to just sort of freehand in any other little cracks you'd like to see. Maybe some along the mouth and the temple. Then go back to your palette with a little bit more of the gray eyeshadow and start to fill in the broken areas. And to really make it look deep, add in some of that beautiful matte red-brown shadow. Naturally, with your broken face, you'd be sad and want to draw in some tears. With a blue pencil, start sketching in a few teardrops underneath your eyes and fill them in. Next, take your trusty white pencil and add a few little highlights on those teardrops to make them look more natural. Add in a little bit of a dark blue shadow underneath the drops to make them look more three-dimensional. Taking some of your gray, just finish touches, anything that looks like it could use a little bit more. And you're almost done. You are done. There is your super creepy doll. Your friends will be terrified. Thanks for watching. Have a happy Halloween.